Dad was pointing out that schools like IU generate a lot more journalism majors than the TV companies need. And there used to be a format for presentation of information to decision makers in business and government and stuff like that. But that format was based on what they dictated to begin with. And if their tastes and interests change, then that format changes. And these days, when you think about the TV show The Strain and how it, the danger that's coming up from the sewers, that's turning your neighbor, that's seeping into you like little worms. I mean, you got the big problem roaming around, but then you got the teeny tiny little worms that can slip through the walls, and how literally the gassing of Jews in their barracks, the passive gassing or the less active gassing of the Jews with less than lethal, not 100% lethal gases left over from the manufacture of Superman drugs, was portrayed as them being predated on by vampires. And so when you change the vampire, it's kind of boring. If you did like a documentary, but I was thinking about all the people that crawl under my building to move little bits of dirt, blocking little bitty holes here and there to manipulate the airflow in here, and how people can come in and out who work here so they can position people and put marks out on the sidewalk of where people should smoke meth or blow their byproduct, so that it hits me in specific places, and they've installed cameras so that they're able to see what position I'm in my bed, so they know where specifically outside to spray this byproduct so that it hits me in the face in my bedroom. And they know what products I'm buying. If I start to look good and act good and talk nice, the state police will literally be out there with a drone, and I have got it on video with this camera and posted it on Facebook. And they will be targeting me. They will be flying the drone over my house. They won't be flying it in a general pattern over all other people. They will be flying it directly over me. They followed me down the beeline with that shit. So, if someone did a documentary of that kind of thing, first it would go, it progresses in stages. So you get clearer and clearer and more visceral information to the decision makers, lawmakers, the mover and shakers, and you go to the businesses and tell them how it's impacted them. And eventually it builds up momentum until you've got documentaries, not just on PBS, but on cable TV. You're listening to it on the radio. It's on Hulu. It's everywhere. And so for now, it's just one little weirdo on YouTube. But I don't think it's one little weirdo. And people are getting better at search engines. They're getting better at targeted video suggestions. So eventually this stuff is going to accumulate.